I don't know about you, but I find joy difficult to grasp hold of. It's not like we can go to the shop and say, I would like some more joy today, please. The trouble is that we can go out looking for it in the world, and we run the risk that we're going to miss the joy that is actually within us. So how do we unlock this joy in our lives? Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel that helps you to be more and do less. Today I'm going to share with you 8 ways in which we can foster more joy in our lives. 4 of these are going to be mind focused and 4 of them are going to be heart focused. And remember to stay on to the end of the video to see my bonus tip. So let's get into things. The first way is simply to laugh a lot. Have you ever noticed when you laugh that tension releases, you feel better and you feel more joyful? Well, studies have shown that laughing reduces stress, it releases hormones in our body that makes us feel more relaxed and more joyful. And people who laugh a lot have this sense of abandonment and ease, which makes space for more joy in our lives. The second way is to look through the right lenses. The way we see the world is often the way that we will experience it. Now, if we look through a lens of fear, we will see life as a threat and we'll always be fighting against it. And perspective really is a state of mind. We have to choose the right lenses. And something to help you give perspective is to ask yourself the question, when you're in a situation, will I remember this in a day? Will I remember it in a year? Will I remember it in a decade? Now your answer to that would give you perspective, because really if you're not going to remember it in an hour, for example, it's not going to be important. Third way is simply to be humble. If we're too focused on ourselves and inwardly focused, we can become anxious, we can become isolated, but that also can lead to arrogance. But if we swing the pendulum and if we can be more humble and kind of cultivate that sense of humility, that will lead us to joy as we begin to think about others rather than ourselves. So a quick, simple way to focus on that is really to try and listen more to others when we're in conversations than necessarily speaking and trying to dominate the conversation. The final way, in terms of our mindset, is to accept where we are, accept our health situation, our responsibilities, our relationships, our financial situation, and be present in where we're at. So for example, this quote says, "The ability to be present in each moment is nothing more than and nothing less than the ability to accept the vulnerability, discomfort and anxiety of everyday life." We simply need to accept that we're not in control of everything and give space for joy to flourish. Now I found this with my chronic fatigue situation. Once I accepted it and embraced it, I wasn't looking to try and escape it. I was looking to see what this now made possible for me in my life. The next way is to forgive others and yourself. Choosing forgiveness leads to freedom, which in turn can lead to joy. If we don't forgive, then bitterness forever remains in our heart and we remain tethered to the person or thing where we need to give forgiveness. And it is something that we can do ourselves. We don't need to wait on anyone else because it's a heart thing. So why not today look for any opportunities where you can practice forgiveness? Is there someone that you need to forgive today? Another way is to focus on gratitude and thankfulness. It's where that phrase, count your blessings, comes from. And if you really think about it, there's always something that we can be thankful for. And the more that we think about what we have, the less we think about what we perhaps want to strive for or what we're missing out on. And for myself, I do this every day with my journal. I found it really helpful to write down each day and make myself just spend 5-10 minutes to write down what am I thankful for in that day. Try it out and I'm sure a smile will come to your face. The next way is to show compassion. Now compassion is more than acknowledging, feeling and caring. It goes beyond that. It's all about helping relieve someone's suffering. And the thing about, or the great paradox about this is that the more we try and give away joy and show compassion, the more we benefit ourselves. So if you want to help others relieve their suffering, then show them compassion. If you want to increase your joy, then show compassion. So why not today ask yourself the question, who can I show compassion to? The final way to foster joy is to be generous. Now generosity builds on compassion, but we don't need to wait for compassion before we're generous. We each have our time, our talents and our treasure that has been entrusted to us that we can use to help others. And because we feel needed and because we can provide value, that helps us foster joy in our lives. So today, think about how you can be generous and who you could be generous to. So on to my bonus tip. And in some ways, joy is a byproduct of a well-lived life. And a well-lived life is really defined by how well you meet what you feel is your call and purpose in life. Now, as a Christian, God and the Bible really define what my call and purpose is. But if we can combine our call and purpose with these 8 ways I've outlined today, it will surely lead us to a greater, more joyful life. I'll be looking into this a little bit more and looking at call and purpose in a future video. So if you want to foster a more joyful life, try laughing a lot, show humility, keep perspective and accept where you are, show forgiveness, be thankful, be compassionate and be generous. So we really have just scratched the surface of this topic today, but why not go deeper? Which of these 8 ways that I've outlined today really stood out for you? Why not note it down and then use this learning circle tool that's coming up now to help you reflect and activate some action. I'd also love to know your thoughts on this subject and how you cultivate joy in your life. So put those all in the comment section below and I'll get back to you on those. So that's it for today. If you found this video helpful, then please like it, share it with others so others can benefit, and subscribe to the channel. Please also check out these videos coming up now which complement this subject and will help you further. And remember, be fruitful, and I'll see you in the next video.